told you could lose the weight you want without changing what you eat or your portion sizes? Well, you can. A trendy new weight loss method has been getting a lot of buzz lately, and it is called intermittent fasting. I'm dying to talk to you about this. It's not so much about what you eat, it's about when you eat during the day. It's about cycling between periods of eating and plain old not eating. Now, some experts say that this helps consumers take in fewer calories, lowers your blood pressure, improves glucose levels, and even slows down the aging process. There are a number of variations to how you can do this. It's called IF, intermittent fasting. On one option, you can eat only between noon and 8 o'clock each day, which means you're fasting for 16 hours a day. Another option has you eating 4 days out of the week and fasting the other 3 days. That's what our... Hold on. That's what you think now. But that is what our next guest, Sumaya Kazi, did. And after losing 50 pounds, y'all, 50 pounds, she swears by it. And she's going to tell us how it works in a moment. She is here. But first, watch this. Sumaya Kazi admits she had some bad habits in her early 20s. Eating out too often, not exercising, and soon the pounds were packing on. When the stress of a new job came along, including constant travel for work, she became obese, carrying at least 50 extra pounds. She says she tried traditional diets and even gym trips, but the weight kept adding up. Until about 1.5 years ago, when she discovered intermittent fasting, or IF, and she says she saw quick results. She documented her weight loss on social media just for her friends, but soon found she had nearly 500,000 views and thousands of requests from strangers for advice. Now, 50 pounds later, she's committed to her new lifestyle and sharing the tips she says work for her. And Sumaya is here with us today. But first, let's remind everyone of Sumaya before her transformation. This is her before picture. And now, please welcome today's Sumaya Kazi. I'm dying to talk about this segment. I read this article in the Wall Street Journal, and it talked about all the benefits you can get from this potentially, not just weight loss, but this is the Journal reporting after speaking to the experts. People slept better. They felt more energetic throughout the day. Time to produce cellular repair in your body, break down toxins, as well as coloring agents in food, repair damaged DNA in the skin and the stomach lining, and potentially reduce the risk of breast cancer. I mean, come on.
So many things.
So that's the Journal citing the experts. Explain first how you started with this program.
So I am someone that tried everything. I did everything from Jenny Craig. I went to the gym 5-6 days a week, did weightlifting. I did meal prep. I mean, you name it, I've tried it and did it consistently. And it just never stayed with me. It never stuck. So I ended up doing the yo-yo. And then I had heard about intermittent fasting. I remember Googling it and was very intimidated by it because when you did the search 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, it's men with six-pack of abs. I'm like, that's not me. Mm-hmm. And then I watched a BBC documentary about it and saw the science behind it and the studies behind it and became really fascinated.
So you don't eat Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
That's my schedule currently, yeah. So intermittent fasting is very flexible. And I know when people hear you don't fast or you fast 3 days a week, they get very...
I'm out.
Yeah, no. What are you doing? You're crazy. And so I don't actually push it on anybody. I just kind of do my thing. But what's been happening is I've been sharing my story on social, and people get more fascinated.
Well, it's intriguing. It's intriguing because the good news is the other 4 days of the week, you can eat what you want. Now, they're not saying, like, go to McDonald's for 3 meals a day. But they're saying you can eat what you want. You don't have to be dieting. But walk us through how it is to fast, because I can't even go 5 hours without eating. Like, I get hangry,
yeah,
right? My staff will vouch for that. And I just can't imagine going even a full day.
That's
never
normal.
Mind 3 a week.
That's normal, and it's not meant to be easy, especially when you get started. The first 2 weeks are tough. I was very hangry. I didn't realize that I would be able to get through the first 2 weeks. And I tell anybody that is interested in intermittent fasting, give it 2-3 weeks, because that's the time it takes to build a new habit. And So the first week or two, really, it was just more of a mental challenge. And now I love it. I actually look forward to fasting, as crazy as it sounds.
Why?
I look forward to how it feels. Think of it this way. When you eat, sometimes you feel lethargic, you feel full, you feel tired. Now imagine the opposite feeling, where you wake up and you feel energized and focused and you have mental clarity and you feel great. That's what it feels like to fast.
Does wine count as food? But you can, like, on the days you're fasting, you say you can have a little cheating.
So it's not cheating. I call it a crutch, especially for people who are just getting started. So when I got started, and the BBC documentary talks about this as well, when you're doing 36-hour fast, which is what I do, having a 500-calorie crutch is available to you. And so it's to help you kind of get through the day. Sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. You could be a cup of broccoli, it could be some almonds. It's just to get you through that kind of hunger.
But if you go
period.
over 500 calories on your fast day, it transitions into an eat day.
And then at that point, I tell my friends and their friends, eat well. Count that as an eat day, don't count it as a fast day. It's really, really important that when you are doing your eat days, that you're eating well.
Okay. Also with us today is nutritionist Joy Bauer and cardiologist and weight loss expert Dr. Louisa Petrie. So thank you both so much for being here.
Hey.
Joy, let me ask you, is this safe?
First, I want to commend you because you have done an amazing job and you look super, and I know your insides are probably doing amazing things as well. It is ridiculously hard, and you've converted this into a lifestyle. I think the majority of people would not be able to follow it the way that you are, but there's another variation that we spoke about, and they talked about it in the Wall Street Journal that's very interesting to me.
You eat for 12 hours, 12,
Exactly.
and you don't eat for 12. That sounds more doable.
It's a window of eating, 12 hours. So if you start breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning, then you finish dinner 8 o'clock in the evening. And what I like about this, obviously you could shift it depending upon your schedule. You could start at 9 a.m. and end at 9 p.m. What I like is that most people excessively nibble in the evening. We have a big problem with that. So that takes it off the table and it makes you more mindful. And I think even if people just do this as a 1-week experiment, a 12-hour eating window during each and every day, it's a great learning curve.
Here's my question for you, Dr. Petrie. We've always been told, don't skip breakfast, don't skip, because your body believes it's going into starvation mode, your metabolism slows down, and you gain more weight if you starve yourself.
Well, there is a saying that you should have breakfast like a king, and that's for a reason. Your body is trained to process the food more during the day. Your body makes those digesting enzymes and hormones. They're matched to be optimized in the morning. So it is important to do this eating period somehow to match part of the morning. If you do it 7 o'clock or 10 o'clock,
but are you slowing down your
good.
metabolism by
No, absolutely
not eating?
It's been shown in studies that it takes absolutely 72 hours for your metabolism to slow down after fasting. So it's a myth that has to be demystified. That's not true. Actually, intermittent fasting speeds up your metabolism up to 10%.
And reverses the aging process. I mean, like, that's something Jenny Craig cannot promise. I have to tell you, I'm really intrigued by it. I love the thought of it. And, you know, with all, like, the calorie restrictive, you know, things going on that people swear by, I was really, and I said in the new year, I'm going to try this. And so far, I have not made it one single day. I was trying to just do 12 and 12.
Yeah. Well,
not one single day. Quickly, I got to go.
A lot of people think that intermittent fasting, everybody does intermittent fasting without realizing it. When you go to bed and you go sleep, you're fasting for those 8 hours.
Yeah, but you're asleep.
You're asleep. Of my 36 hours, 16 of those hours, I'm sleeping. So the 36 hours counts as that.
That is not going to happen in my house. I'm going to keep trying, though. Thank you. This is amazing.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.